Hello, my name is Tui Jung and today I am going to talk about regression. Regression analysis is a powerful and flexible procedure for analyzing associative relationships between a metric-dependent variable and one or more independent variables. Regression determines whether the independent variables explain a significant variation in the dependent variable, whether a relationship exists. Regression also determines how much of the variation in the dependent variable can be explained by the independent variable, the strength of relationship, the structure or form of the relationship, the mathematical equation relating to the independence and dependence variables. Predict the values of dependence variable and control for other independent variable when evaluating the contribution of a specific variable or a set of. Although the independent variables may explain the variation in the dependent variable, this does not necessarily imply causation. The term use of dependent variable and independent variable in regression analysis arises from mathematical relations. Bivariate regression is a procedure for deriving a mathematical relationship in the form of an equation between a metric-dependent variable and a single metric-independent variable. The analysis is similar in many ways to determining the simple correlation between two. Well, because an equation has to be derived, one variable must be identified as dependent and the other as independent variable. The example given earlier in the context of simple correlation can be translated into regression context. Some questions such as can variation in sales be explained in terms of variation in advertising expenditure? What is the structure and form of this relationship, and can it be modeled mathematically by an equation describing a straight line? Can the variation in market share be accounted for the size of the sales force? Are consumers' perceptions of quality determined by their perception of price? In the following, I will mention about some statistics associated with bivariate regression analysis. So firstly, this is bivariate regression model. The basic regression equations is like in the picture, where y is dependent variable, x is independent variable, delta is intercept of line, beta 1 is the slope, and E is there. Next is coefficients of determinations. The strength of association is measured by the coefficients of determinations R where it varies from 0 to 1 and signify the portion of the total variation in Y that is accounted for by the variation in X. A scattergram is a plot of the values of two variables for all the cases of observations. It is useful for determining the form of the relationship between the variables. A plot can be alert the researcher to patterns in data or to possible problems. Here are some steps in conducting a bivariate analysis. First is to plot a scattergram. Secondly, formulate general model, estimate the parameter, and estimate the standardized regression coefficient. A scattergram is a plot of the values of two variables for all the cases of observations. It is useful for determining the form of the relationship between the variables. A plot can be alert the researcher to patterns in data or to possible problems. Check the predictions accuracy, examine the residual, and last but not least is cross-validate the model.